Okay folks, welcome back to Action Figure Imagery. Today we're having a look at Masters of the Universe New Eternia Masterverse Mekaneck. Masterverse Mekaneck, New Eternia Mekaneck figure. And I purchased it. They're now out right now. I purchased Mekaneck at a local Walmart store. There's the packaging. And if you look closely at the packaging, you see that Mekaneck has the Road Ripper logo right there, shield. When Mekaneck was made in the 1980s, vintage 1980s toy line, he did not have this. He did not have a shield, by the way. This is a new weapon for him because if you remember, the new Masters of the Universe Origins Mekaneck is seen riding on a blue Road Ripper. And notice how the Road Ripper is blue this time instead of green, and now he has a shield. And also you see in the background, you see men that look like Clawful. Back here right there is one. There's two more right there. And on the side, in the back rather, and there's the back of the picture, back of the box right there. You see the other figures in the line. Battle Armor He-Man, Mekaneck, Triclops, and King Keldor. And the bio reads, you can see that, Captain of King Randor's Submarine Squadron, Mekaneck searches for the broken pieces of Grayskull in the darkest depths of the ocean, hoping to restore New Eternia to its former glory. Okay. Side of the packaging, you'll see more of this in a slideshow. There's another Clawful. I'm not sure whether that's Clawful or look-alike. But Clawful's people. Masterverse at the top. And there you have it now, folks. Let's take a look at Mekaneck outside of the packaging. Okay, folks, here we have Mekaneck out of the packaging, and this Mekaneck figure, if you don't count the Mega Constructs Mekaneck as far as regular size action figures, you got the vintage Mekaneck from the 1980s. The second Mekaneck figure was the classics, I'm sorry, not the classics Mekaneck, the 2000 or early 2000s Mekaneck figure from the Mike Young Productions. That was the second Mekaneck. And the Classics Mekaneck is the third Mekaneck figure in the Masters of the Universe franchise. I'm not sure, and this is our fifth or fourth Mekaneck figure we're looking at right here, because I'm not sure which came first between Origins Mekaneck and Masterverse Mekaneck. So Origins and Masterverse would make the fourth and fifth Mekaneck figures, regular size Mekaneck figures. And those early Mekaneck figures, he had his action feature, where you could twist his waist and his neck would pop up. Now, a lot of Masters of the Universe characters have lost their action features from Masterverse and Classics, and now their action features have been modified. The club has been modified, even the weapon has been modified. It's not the same, it's not just a regular club anymore, it's the same club that we all know Mekaneck for. He's been having with him since the 1980s. It's made out of a real hard plastic, but many people may not know that you can now remove the top part of it, and now you have two pieces to it. And as you see on the box art, he could now use this as his weapon. Not only is it a battle club, but now he can use it as a telescope. I dropped a piece on the floor, excuse me while I pick it up. Okay, this first piece, I'll put it back together. And see how easily it snaps back together. And Mekaneck also never came with a shield before until now. Now he comes with a shield with the Road Ripper. I mean, I'm sorry, yes, it is the Road Ripper logo on there. And that's not my scratches from having the figure. Like it It was already made like this, like he's been in battle. Like the shield has battle damage on it. That's pretty cool. And the extra hands are nothing more than just two balled up fists. That's all they are. Here's one fist and another fist, left and right fist. And the neck pieces, these are all of the neck pieces combined into one piece. You can take them off and shorten them and modify them, or you can make him stretch his neck long if you want, or make him have it just a little bit. They're divided into, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 neck extensions, and you can take them apart, and you can move these accessories out the way. Since his neck doesn't stretch anymore, you'll have to take his head off and do this. Put the neck extension on. It's going to snap in place where it will screw it in place. Doesn't really make any snapping noises. Now you got a real long Mekaneck neck, and put the head on top of the neck. I'm sure many old school Masters of the Universe fans missed the action feature, but like the comic books now, Mekaneck's neck has articulation right now. Unlike before in the past, in the comic books now, you can maneuver his mechanical neck now. His mechanical neck now has articulation. Something that you didn't have in the past, we didn't have in the past. In the past, especially with the first figure, the first 2 Mekaneck figures, his neck could only stretch straight up in the air. And you'll see how long it can go in a slideshow. I don't want to mess up my camera angle by trying to get it at full view, but I'll have to zoom out a little bit. You'll see the rest of it in the slideshow, but you see how far his neck goes. I can move up, and there you go. Get it in view. That's pretty high right there. That's about 12 inches, I think it is, but you'll see in the slideshow with his neck that high up in the air. Now I'm going to bring Mekaneck back to his normal look. I can take off the neck extensions and put his regular head back on, so we can go over his articulation. I'm sure many of you already are familiar with it anyway, but for newcomers that are new to the line and don't know much about the line, I'll go over the articulation for you all. The head goes down, very good downward head movement. It goes up that far, and a side-to-side movement all around 360. His arm can go out like that, swivel in the shoulder, and swivel right here. I think the shoulder does have a swivel right in the lower shoulder, upper shoulder, and the elbow bends. Swivel in the wrist, by the way. Both the left and right sides are the same amount of articulation. And does he have an ab crunch? If you can look underneath his armor, yes, he does have it. It's not really ab crunch, but the same what the other Masterverse figures have. It's not called an ab crunch. It's the name of that feature. Torso crunch, no. Abdominal. Help me out in the comment section, everyone. I come up with the name of it. I'll put a pinned comment. I'll put it in a pinned comment. The name of it is. It just slipped my mind all of a sudden. But he has a. He has the upper thigh swivel right here. Then his knee can bend like that. Ankle can twist like that. And the foot can go back like that. Okay, there you go. There's taking care of the articulation for you newbies, for you newcomers. Also, there's something different about Mekaneck's wrist bracelets. If you notice right here on his left wrist, You notice how it's a little bit, he got like somewhat of a gauntlet almost on his left wrist this time, and you see a little hole right here. So what is that hole for, you may ask? I'm about to show you. You take his shield, you see that little piece right there for your shield, that little slot, that little peg in the shield, you take it, and now you plug that peg into the hole on Mekaneck's wrist. And now he has his shield like that. You don't have to hold the shield with his hand. It's very smart. They ought to do that with a lot of figures, rather than just Mekaneck. But Mekaneck is really the first figure they really did this idea with. Very cool idea. And another thing many of you might not know about Mekaneck is that his goggles are like a mirror. You can see your reflection inside of his goggles. If you, I don't know if you can see that, but yes, he's one of his goggles have always usually been like that. But I think this is the clearest his goggles have ever been. I've never been this clear before. Almost like mirrors. You can see reflection in the image. And there we have it for the review of Mekaneck outside of the packaging. Now let's look at the pictures of Mekaneck in the slideshow. Okay folks, here we have Mekaneck in the Masterverse packaging as shown right here. So you still photograph, and that's what he looks like when you take him out of the box. You see a little open button, not really a button, but open at the top is where you take his other accessories out, and then you have a content list on the side, black. Right here you see the pieces, all the extra neck pieces and the hands, extra fists, all the extra accessories. You see where the shield goes in the back of the armor, and you can see right here also the neck is articulated on the outer side of the packaging, and that's the bag that the accessories come in right there. The earlier Masterverse figures didn't do that. Now they have extra instructions, these New Eternia figures, and there are all the accessories you see that come with Mekaneck right there. The neck extensions along with the shield, the Road Ripper shield, the two closed fists, and his famous club that he's known for that has come with every single figure, whereas how he started his original look right there with just a club, and from the vintage toy line, and the shield and the extra neck pieces are all extra accessories added onto the Mekaneck character slash figure over the years, along with that little cuff on his left wrist for his shield. That little that's something extra, along with the now you can carry his shield on his back of his armor now, and there's two of the neck extensions right there in that photograph. And like I mentioned, the first vintage Mekaneck, and there are the extra neck extensions right there. All of the neck extensions right here in this photograph. The first Mekaneck figure did not, did not have a shield. He only had his battle club that he's known for. And there you can see he's 11 inches tall. He's about 11 inches tall, maybe a little bit over 11 inches, as you saw when you have all of his neck extensions. And when you have some of them, the three of them, he's 9 inches tall. 3 neck extensions make him a little over 9 inches tall, and there he is next to a character, King Grayskull, right there with some of the extensions in this picture. This is a comparison shot, and this is how he looks standing next to a regular sized figure with all of the neck extensions. You can see how much taller he is with all of the extensions. There's just a profile picture. Sorry about the flash, the bright light. I need to take better photographs, by the way. And there's the back, and you see him using the club as a periscope-like now. Now his battle club is more than just a battle club. He can use it as a periscope for spying on villains. And there's a picture drawing, and it looks like a picture of the toy at the same time on the back of this side of the card. The box art, and look real closely at the box art. You might want to pause the button. You can see a clawful in the background, or is that clawful? Is it one of his henchmen or one of his people? As you see, the Road Warrior also Road Ripper. And that's the end of this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Everyone have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video.